Weekly, we do the WCBL report, Western Canadian Baseball League. I broadcast the Moose Jaw Millers games, and tonight we welcome the Saskatoon Berries. It's a real treat to welcome the general manager, Tyler Hollick, and the head coach, Luke Pote, of the Okotoks Dawgs, because they're home tonight to Sylvan Lake, joining us from the facility, I can only imagine. Good morning, gentlemen. I appreciate the time here today. And I'm gonna start with you, Tyler, and then I'm going to probably read a little bit of Lou's resume before I get to him, but just another great season for the Dawgs. Tyler, do you guys ever get tired of winning 17-2, leading the league overall?
No, I don't think anybody gets tired of winning, but no, it's been a really good run. We got a really good group of guys here, and the fans have been coming out in droves, so it's been a really good start to the year, and yeah, we just hope to keep it going.
Even before I was in the league broadcasting games, we all knew that the brand of the Dawgs is they're the top dog. How is this season, though, different from the past? I mean, you won multiple championships, pack in the park. I've seen the photos, but every season's different. How's this one different?
Yeah, I think it's different in the fact that we've won back-to-back years, and I think the expectations are a little bit higher even here. I mean, I think every year we walk in, we expect and hope, along with our fans, to win the championship and continue to build on our past successes. But once you're kind of there, you kind of have that target on your back every night. So I find a lot of teams will play like it's their World Series, and the reality is we got to show up every night, be ready to play. So there's some really cool fan additions that we've had this year that make it a little bit unique. We added a new seating section and an 80-foot ribbon board in left center, and just tying that all in to try and make it a more major league or professional experience for the fans. And every season's unique in its own way, but to have the core returning players back kind of gives some familiarity and I think helps us be consistent for sure. But yeah, definitely with that target on our back, we're just trying to try and maintain that winning culture.
Well, you're right. Everybody wants to beat the Dawgs, but only two teams have, or it's happened twice this year. So to Lou, that's a wonderful segue to you, who's sitting right beside you. So Lou, if you don't mind, Lou, I'm just going to read everybody from Evergreen Park, Illinois, originally drafted by the Giants in 1990, traded to the Montreal Expos in 1995, and played in the bigs with the Angels and the Indians. Everybody loves the Expos, Lou. You know that. Obviously an American from Illinois, what's attracted you to the WCBL and Okotoks?
Well, I played up here for Edmonton Trappers. That was my first experience up here. And then married, had kids, and, coached in Fort McMurray. And then eventually, came down here, wanted my kids to be a part of the program along with myself, to work with kids. And it's been a perfect fit for me. I love the town. I love the people in the town. I love the facilities, everything about it. It's just, it's awesome. It's like baseball paradise.
Whoa, I like that. Well, the thing about I've been with winning programs, losing programs, mediocre programs. And the nice thing with what you've got going on is you have the winning thing. It attracts players. It's all, that can go on for a long time. And that's kind of what you got going on, right? People want to play in Okotoks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the cool thing for me being the head coach is having a lot of guys that came through the academy that they were the fans. They were the little kid trying to get autographs, and then to experience opening day, Canada Day, and see their faces and see, because a lot of them don't get to play in front of huge crowds like we have here. So a lot of times it's their first time playing in this atmosphere. So to be a part of it and to get be a part of them experiencing that's the cool thing, being a part of the academy and being a part of this program.
Well, Tyler, and let's talk about that for a second. I mean, I look at Lou's resume here. Trappers, obviously, but over in Japan, playing over there, winning a championship. When you got a skipper that's been in the shoes of the players, it doesn't get better than that, right? They're going to listen to a guy like that. So, obviously, Lou's a big part of what you're doing there.
Yeah, massive. And I think it's a little bit underrated what Lou does, because he's been their coach at the at 11 and 12 years old at the 13U level, and then at the 15U level, at the 18U level, and he's been with us for over 10 years. So for them to be able to grow up with Lou and obviously to pick his brain and get his tutelage. He's also played for some of the best and most renowned coaches in the world, Mike Sosha and Joe Madden and Bud Black, all these, Bob Melvin, all these great coaches, and to kind of be able to piggyback that experience. And, it's one thing to be a successful coach at one age or one level, but, Lou's proven to be an unbelievable, asset and mentor to every age, and they've grown up with him. So it's a huge part of our success at the academy level, and a big reason why we're who we are at the college level as well.
So could you talk about the blend of your roster between the local kids versus the U.S. players and recruiting them?
Yeah, well, having the academy has been is a huge part of our team. We have guys that have been playing here since 11 or 12U, right, or 13U. So they know the atmosphere, they know the culture and they're the biggest part of the culture that welcoming in players from the United States. So we're only as good as the culture that they set, that we've kind of created here since they were 13U, and when the guys from the States come in, they welcome them with open arms, and these guys, they know how to win. They know what it takes to win, and it makes my job a lot easier, our job a lot easier, because these guys welcome everybody in and make them feel comfortable. And as a player, when I got to the big leagues, it was a little bit different. Where guys were, you were a rookie, you kind of had couldn't say too much. And then as I got to, a couple years in, the veterans started letting the younger players be themselves. And that's, and when you can be yourself and go out there and play free, I mean, it just makes you a better baseball player. So our guys do a tremendous job in that, in the culture that we've created and that they create with the U.S. players.
I think it's important to note too, just quickly on Lou's point, that the roster, although it's a 3-month season in college summer baseball, Lou and the rest of the coaching staff, 4 other coaches on the staff, it's a year-round recruiting job of putting in the right pieces to filter around those academy players, and getting players from top schools from across the country at the Division I and on Division II and junior college level to come in and be major pieces of our team right away. And I think that's a big reason of our success this year is we've had some added pieces that aren't returners that are here for the first time experiencing these crowds in Canada, and Canada's premier college baseball league is those additional pieces with those returners from big time programs. So it's a really good product on the field, and honestly, just getting to know the guys a little bit off the field in their first month here, it's a really good group too. So it's a job well done early on for sure. But it's a year-round thing for sure.
Yeah, well, anything worth having takes work, right? But that's the thing about the WCBL. It's everybody is very respectful of it. They know the caliber of baseball and the way that it's run. Unfortunately, you guys won't be through Moose Jaw this year, but I'll be seeing you at the All-Star Game July 20th in Okotoks. Whoever of you wants to take this, I need the answer to this. What's the secret sauce to the Okotoks pack in the park? Because out here in Moose Jaw, or out in here in Saskatchewan, people say, how come Calgary doesn't have a team? I'm like, well, they do. It's Okotoks. I mean, is that Calgary people in your park,
Yeah.
or is it Okotoks people, or all of Southern Alberta? How would you answer that?
Yeah, I mean, we attract fans, I would say regionally and provincially, sometimes, interprovincially or nationally, but it's the community. It starts with the community. It's an unbelievable, fan base we get right from our 33,000 person town. We're about 50-50 in terms of attendance from Okotoks Foothills area. And then we're only about 15 minutes south of Calgary, which surprises a lot of people. The stadium and just this entire venue is a gem. It was voted best ballpark in North America across all college summer baseball last year. And, the vision that John Arcandi, our founding and managing director, had, over 20 years ago to create this, this program from the academy level and then transition to the college team as they got older and wanted to play higher level ball is pretty special. So it is our mantra's family, affordable, fun, and I think it's a really good time for a date night or a couple guys to grab a beer and watch a ball game, or a family to come out on our berm and just enjoy a really high caliber baseball game at an affordable price. So there's a lot of, I think, ingredients that go into that secret sauce, and obviously the venue is a big part of it, our outstanding community, and just the team itself, and kind of all the fan friendly things we can kind of do there. But it's definitely grown every year. We averaged about 4,600 people a night last year, and we're slightly ahead of that average right now. But they just keep coming out and supporting their hometown team. So it's been a good year for sure so far.
It's a dream, and for me, it's fantastic to be a part of it out here in Moose Shot, Ross Wells. Well, guys, thanks for this. I'll see you at the All-Star game. I appreciate the time today. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, guys. Tyler Hollick, the general manager, Lou Pote, the head coach of the Okotoks Dawgs. We talk WCBL weekly here in that time slot.